You know this feeling. It's a new year and you are super excited and motivated. Full of determination, you set your goals. This is your year. Fast forward 1 month. What happened? You just can't stay on track. All the excitement and motivation is gone. Fast forward 1 more month. You quit for good. The feeling of defeat and disappointment is just too much to handle, so you simply forget about your goals entirely. Let's be real, by the end of the year there will be 2 groups of people. The 99% who gave up on their goals and the 1% who achieved them. The 99% who will be stuck right where they are now, depressed and unhappy. And the 1% who will have crushed it and will be ready for the next chapter in their journey. Where will you be? Guys, I've been working on myself since 6 years now, and for the first few years I literally never achieved my goals. It was so frustrating. What was the problem? I just didn't know how to set goals properly, and even less how to stay committed to them. But luckily things have now changed. I have a bulletproof system. Join me in this video as I share with you the 5 pillars needed to reach your goals. If you apply all 5 of these simple tips, nothing will be in your way to join the 1% club of people who will make 2023 their year. Let's go! I still remember how my New Year's resolutions looked like a few years ago. Make 10k a month, post 3 IG posts per week, go to the gym 3 times per week, talk to 3 strangers per week, meditate twice daily. The list goes on. I literally used to have 15 to 20 goals. I'm sure you can imagine what happened. I achieved none of them, which was very, very depressing. The reason is very simple. If you focus on too many goals at once, you will get totally overwhelmed very fast. Give it a few weeks and I can assure you, you will give up on every single goal and just revert back to not doing anything at all. That's what happened to me every single year back then. No need to beat around the bush here. This pillar is extremely straightforward. Set a maximum of 3 goals or you will be overwhelmed and quit. Of course, I personally only have 3 goals this year. They are to publish 20 YouTube videos, to 10x my agency's profit per month, and to get to 80 kilos or 176 pounds lean. But why did I choose exactly those goals, and why in that specific order? Let's quickly take a look at the 6 areas of life: health, wealth, relationships, purpose, spirituality, and living. My first goal is to publish 20 YouTube videos, so purpose. My second one is to 10x my agency's profit, so wealth. And my third one is to get to 80 kilos lean, so health. There is a very good reason why I'm focusing on those 3 areas this year and in that specific order. I am good right now when it comes to my social life, my inner happiness, and external fulfillment by traveling, hobbies, etc. I've worked more than enough on those areas over the past years, but the other 3 are the areas where I feel the most stuck right now, where I feel the most emotional pain. Especially purpose. I've been procrastinating since 2 years now when it comes to sharing my personal development journey on YouTube. It just hurts thinking about it. This is why absolute priority number 1 for me this year is to publish 20 YouTube videos. But I also feel a bit stuck in the wealth era. I've been running my agency since 4 years now, and since 3 years, my profit has been literally the same. So for me, priority number 2 right now is to 10x my profit. You get the point. Focus only on those areas where you feel like you need to fucking step it up. As you already saw in the previous pillar, I wasn't always this smart. Not only did I have 15 to 20 goals back then, but they were in every single area of life. For the first 4 years of my 6-year journey, my biggest lag was by far in the relationships and in the spirituality area. I felt very lonely, unworthy, and unhappy. But instead of focusing entirely on that, I also focused on money, on fitness, you name it. It's absolutely crazy when thinking back. I could have grown as much in just 1 year as I actually did in 4 years when it comes to my social life and my inner happiness, had I put my full focus on those 2 areas. Look man, I'm not judging myself here. I'm very happy where I am now, but this is a key learning that I really hope you apply to your life. Focus on the right areas of life, on the ones where you feel the most stuck and experience the most emotional pain. Now, which area that is for you specifically is of course unique to you. Take for example my friend Nicholas. He's the most dedicated and committed person I know. For that reason, he doesn't have a money goal this year. He doesn't feel stuck in that area at all. In his case, what he feels like he needs is more balance. So one of his goals this year is to do at least one weekend trip each month. Basically, he wants to put some focus into the area living. But now, let's get back to you. It is essential that you take a deep look within and find out which area of life it is where you feel the most stuck. Maybe like me back then, you feel super lonely and don't know how to socialize. Focus on relationships. Or maybe you don't have any money at all and that is making your life impossible. Full focus on wealth. You might have already noticed the first two pillars go hand in hand with each other. Set a maximum of 3 goals in the areas where you feel the most pain and focus only on those. If you apply these first 2, you'll already get further than most people. But it's not enough. As you will see, applying every single pillar is absolutely necessary. I used to think it's way better to set vague goals that are entirely action-based in order to focus on the journey instead of the destination. I don't want to judge myself if I fail. I don't want to be stressed out on life in the future. Honestly, that's stupid. Hear me out. Listen very closely. This is an extremely important point. Meet my very good friend Matthias, who is also big into personal development. Originally, his goal for this year was to hustle the whole year and focus on his agency. Very vague, isn't it? I asked him why he didn't set a specific, trackable goal, like getting to 10k profit per month by the end of the year. I could see how that triggered him. It was clear he didn't believe he would be able to get there, even though the fact is, with the experience and skill he has, he might get there in 3 months. That right there, my friend, is the problem. If you set vague goals that focus entirely on the process instead of on the end result, you will be held back by your limiting beliefs and habits. What would happen if my end goal was not to publish 20 YouTube videos, but to, let's say, work 6 hours a day on creating videos? Well, my crazy perfectionism would kick in. I would probably end up publishing like 5 YouTube videos instead of 20. What would happen if Niklas' goal was not to do 1 weekend trip per month, but to work a bit less and travel a bit more? Well, his habit of putting work first would probably come into play, and by the end of the year, he would probably do 2 weekend trips instead of 12. Now, is there some truth to the fact that you can't just focus on the end goal, on the destination? Of course. Let's just get straight to the point, man. What happens if you're strictly focused on the end goal, on the destination? Quite simple, you will always be miserable. You'll literally get used to placing your happiness in the future. I will only be happy when I have this. I will only be happy when I do that. It's basically the same as saying, I will never be happy right now. This is a very, very simple concept, but it's so key. The present moment, this moment right here, right now, is the only moment that will ever exist. Life happens always now. If we keep placing our happiness in the future, we will never be happy now. I personally struggle with this quite a lot, to be honest, just like everyone else. We're always either complaining about the past or fantasizing about the future. It's so fucking stupid. I literally catch myself every single day doing that. I can wait until my YouTube channel explodes and I will be happier. I can wait until I'm super ripped and strong, then I will be happier, then I will feel better. It's so dumb. What I said before might sound a little bit exaggerated, but it's just straight facts, bro. We get used to never being happy now if we keep placing our happiness in the future. You might already be seeing how all pillars are necessary and go hand in hand with each other. You can't have more than 3 goals or you will be totally overwhelmed and quit. You need to focus on the areas of life where you feel the most stuck or you won't be 100% committed. Your goals have to be precise and results-oriented, not vague, or you will be held back by your comfort zone, by your habits and limiting beliefs. But at the same time, you can't live in the future. You need to focus on enjoying every single step of the process or you will be miserable. Applying these 4 will get you very far, but will it be enough to reach your goals? For most people, no. Picture this scenario. I have set my 3 goals in the areas I felt the most stuck in. They are precise and results oriented, but I'm committed to enjoy each step of the journey. But there I stand, alone, 1 full year ahead of me, looking up at the 3 huge goals. Will I be able to stay committed? What about the times when I'm not motivated? When I doubt myself? When all the limiting beliefs kick in? I just can't. This is too much for me. Something is certain, those times will come. That, my friend, is where the power of accountability comes into play. Here's how I use it. Together with my 3 best friends, I have an accountability group on WhatsApp. You already know 2 of them, Nicholas and Matthias. The third one is my roommate Max, the most charismatic person I know. The purpose of the group is self-explanatory. We hold each other accountable. Here's how. In the group description, we all have written down our 3 goals for the year. Next, we do not text every day. We are very busy people. That would just be super annoying. Instead, what we do is we have 1 call every 2 weeks, and that call is fixed. There, each of us talks about our progress towards our goals or the adversity we experience, etc. Now, this is absolutely key. All 4 of us are 100% committed towards our goals. Bro, commitment could be an extra pillar by itself. You probably know this, man. Most people set up goals just out of spontaneous inspiration or something and then just forget about the goal 3 days later. That is why in our case we do not tolerate excuses. If any of us doesn't achieve his goals, he has to donate $5,000 to charity. Not total, but per failed goal. So that hurts, man. This accountability group is so freaking powerful for 3 reasons. 1, of course, we support and motivate each other. We want to see each other succeed. Pushing alone is literally 10 times harder than with friends that support you. The second one shouldn't be ignored though. We all have competitive egos as men. We are no saints, bro. No need to deny that. If I see the others pushing while I'm stagnating, my competitive ego will kick in instantly. I don't want to be left behind, bro. Now, in an optimal world, it might just all be love and support. No competition and ego. But let's be honest, bro, that just isn't the case for 99.99999% of people. The third reason why our group is so powerful is quite obvious. Money. None of us wants to lose $5, $10, or even $15,000. Bro, just the fucking thought of that is painful. So yeah, triple accountability. Support, competitive ego, and money. So freaking powerful. Accountability is the most important pillar of the 5 in my opinion. And yeah, by the way, bro, I don't know if you noticed, but I personally have even more accountability now. You guys. Now that you know about my 3 goals, do you think I want to fail at them? Especially since I will be tracking them, both on my Instagram, but also here on YouTube. I probably won't track the money goal here on YouTube because I don't want to make that public, but definitely the fitness goal. And I mean, you will notice if I publish 20 videos or not. Thanks for watching, bro. If you like the video, feel free to leave a like, feel free to subscribe and hit the bell. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Look, false personas, all is hopeless in the game now. The wrong devotion flows through those who chase the same cloud. The pollen floating through the industry got this congested. I'm XXL if they fit the pen in. Fuck who they pick as freshmen. I SMS it, DM it, and double send it till they get the message. I road tripped and left with nothing. I've been in the city of angels long enough to